Hello everyone and welcome to this new video. I'm Ombra and today we are in a second part of my tier list. Today we're gonna talk about the super commanders. For being considered a super commander, you need to have control, you need to have buff for your team, you need to have debuff for the enemy team, or at least you have to be a very good tank. I'm gonna place on this tier list all the commander with that characteristics. The first commander I wanna talking about is Aragorn King of Men, that is decent as secondary support, not main support, but can be the third man of your team that help a bit to resist to the damage when you fight versus someone with a lot of CC. In my opinion, it's just a B tier support, not Excelsior, but not so bad. After that we have Arwen, that in my opinion is a D tier support, have nothing incredible for support, okay, can increase the defense, but it's just temporary for a couple of rounds, so it's not very relevant. Then I wanna talk about Berutiel, a commander that the community underestimate a lot and no one use, but it's not so bad in my opinion as a support. It's just B tier, in the top of Aragorn King of Men, cause have more utility. Of course we have also Azog that take place on a B tier under Aragorn King of the Men. It's fine, increase the damage when you CC the enemy and also give you follow up, can burn some stack. It's not a bad commander for support, but also is not insane. In the same category, B tier, I want to place Black Serpent also cause have very good attack increase and also defense increase. Then we have Boromir that gives evasion and also a bit of defense and attack, but it's just C tier, is nothing insane, and I don't wanna use Boromir over all this commander on top of them. Then Celeborn that have no reason for be played, so F tier for them. We have Círdan that is B tier absolutely, but in a top of the B tier, it's a good healer, not so bad, but the random buff, I didn't like the random buff, so it's B tier confirmed, between B and A. Then we have Denethor that is D tier, it's really bad, don't use it. Eladan and Elrohir are pretty the same, between D and F, so I'm gonna place one on D tier, the best one, and then the second one on the top of the F tier. They are overall really bad, so don't use them. Then we have Éowyn that as a support I consider them C tier. It's not completely useless, but also is not a commander that you want on your main formation. Maybe in a second in a third team, but not in your main. So the C tier is the good tier for them. Finally we got a good support that is Falgin, that deserve to be on a S- tier. Is not enough strong for be more than S- cause there's better option, but is still a very good support. The damage reduction that gives to the dwarf is insane. Then one tier under them we got Frodo and Sam that go in a A tier. The tank capability of Frodo and Sam makes them really strong as a support, but offer nothing to your team. For this reason I want to place that only on a A tier, cause can't offer nothing more than tank. Then we have Galadriel, a commander that deserve to be on a S- in my opinion, cause have healing, have madness, and also have a decent hybrid damage, so it's a good support overall that can make a lot of things for you, and she's a really good alternative for your main formation. Then we have Gandalf the Grey with the White Council, go directly on a S-, is not more than S-, cause Gandalf the Grey is slow and a lot of people can ignore the White Council with the pre-battle phase skill, and also cause they have only the White Council that is very strong, but overall it's enough for being a S-. And after that we have Gandalf the White that is absolutely the king of the support. Right now S+, and is the best support of the game. You have White Council that right now is one of the best defensive skill of the game. You have White Rider that is the best debuff for the enemy for inflict them more damage in the game. And you have also stance and damage, so it's just a perfect support. You can crack that to respect 15 and always gain benefit from them, and you don't even need build them with command, you need just focus damage and you're gonna be at the same time a perfect support and a good damage dealer. So Gandalf the White absolutely the top one of the support, every single formation want to use them. Then we have Gil-galad that go directly on a S tier, it's just insane, the evasion skill and also the overall tank capability of Gil-galad are insane. If you pair that with 3 elf formation, you're gonna protect them all in the first couple of rounds, and is one of the best defense for the white cancel meta, cause you're gonna prevent them to lose the stacks. Then we have Glacial and Go on the top of the C tier. At least with them you have some attack reduction, you can reduce the basic damage of the commander and also madness the enemy commander. You have some utility, you have some debuff, it's not insane but is useful. Then we have Gorbak that go in a D tier cause they have almost nothing for support, have a CC that is decent and also a defense increase for your orcs, but overall are almost useless. Then we have Grima that have madness, have increase of the defense for your formations and also can increase the focus damage you deal, so in a certain specific team can be useful. For this reason I want to place that on a bot of the B tier, not an insane commander but useful if you use in a specific formations. Then another shit commander, Grisnak, go directly on a D tier, almost useless. We got Helm, the new commander that I want to place on a top of the C tier for now. I didn't test enough them for consider them a B tier, because for me B tier is someone that you can use actively on the meta, not as a prime commander but you can use it. So in my opinion right now I want to place that on a C tier, maybe can raise to B tier in the future when we test that enough, but it's not more than B or C tier, so I'm gonna stay on a C tier for now. Then we have Imrail that pair with Denethor on a D tier, it's absolutely useless. Then Isildur that go in a A tier on a top of the A tier, cause he's a very good support, increase a lot the defense of your formations and have also a very good tank capability, can follow up so can burn the stack of the enemy, have a lot of possibility and deserve to be on a A tier. Then King of the Dead that go in a top of the D tier is almost useless, you can use for specific role but it's not worth. Then Kirun that I want to place on a top of the B tier cause it's very good as a tank in my opinion and also have a very good utility with the control. So it's not A tier cause I prefer Isildur and Frodo over Kirun, but is top of B tier absolutely. Then we have Merry and Pippin that go directly on a D tier, almost useless, don't have any buff that you want on your team. We have the Maros Sauron that I want to place on a top of Eowyn, at least have something for debuff the enemy and reduce the damage of the basic attack. Maybe if you fight a lot of shadow can be useful. Ori that go directly on a F tier because it's completely useless, have nothing for help your team. Then Kurvan after the rework have decent debuff but is not enough for be useful, so I'm gonna place that on a D tier between Arwen and Denethor. Then Radagast that in my opinion is the best healer of the game, so I want to place that on a B tier. The only problem of Radagast is that have only healing, have nothing more than that, so deserve to be close to the top of the B tier, better than Círdan in my opinion, but not more. And now it's the time to talk about Sauron. In my opinion, S in the top of the S, not S plus cause Gandalf the White is more essential for all the team, but Sauron is still one of the best. He's the one with more CC in the game, can madness, can stun, can increase the damage you dealt on the enemy, can decrease the damage of the enemy commander, so I have everything for support at the best your team. Then Shagrat that go directly on the bottom of the F tier. Surin that I want to place between Helm and Boromir on a C tier, have decent buff but nothing that you really want. The Undying that is one of the best support of the Evil faction, a little less than Sauron of course, but it's close to Gil-galad level, because with the evasion can help a lot, can heal, can be the tank, and also have a decent white cancel stack clearing. So absolutely Undying, S tier, better than all the support under them. Then Thranduil, a support that deserves to be on a B tier, on a bottom of that, because it's nothing special in my opinion. Then of course you can think to use Argon as a support, and in my opinion if you use that as healer is D tier, almost useless. We have the Witch King that deserve to be on a A tier, under Frodo and Isildur, but the kit of Witch King is really strong, have follow up for all your team for burning stack, have stat reduction for the enemy commanders, have 2 different font of stun, so it's a solid kit for destroy the enemy gameplay. And for last we have Yusra that deserve to be on the bottom of the D tier. So this is my final tier list about the super commanders right now on the meta. I suggested to use all the commander between S plus and A. Absolutely you want to use always Gandalf the White if you have it, and also the S commander you want at least one on your main team. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, just smash like on that and also subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Let me know what you think about this tier list in the comment. In this video I wanna also talk to you about the affiliated link that I have, and gonna stop stop at the end of December because the devs choose to close this program. So if you wanna help me, remember the link in the description, but work only till the end of December. On January for sure I'm gonna make a video about that, and I'm gonna try to explain you how to use the new link. Like always, I wanna say you thank you for following me and see you in the next video. Woo!